Hello everybody, I hope you're having a wonderful day, and today I would like to share with you a very special unboxing. And to unbox it is going to be my recently modified Hinder XM18. Yes, this was the Jade scale and the working finish, whatever, everything else. So some of the stuff that I did to it, of course, I had to go teal. If you guys see some of the stuff that I put on my Instagram, you're probably tired of seeing this color. But that's my thing. I love teal. It makes me very happy to see it because it's very rare within the hobby. You don't see it come on a lot of production stuff. And then with all the steel pieces, including these back there, that all the hardware, everything, I used a MAP gas torch, color matched it. I was sweating the whole time doing this because these are very freaking expensive knives. Not overpriced whatsoever. Now having this for a couple months in the collection, I love this thing. It's chunky as hell in comparison to a lot of the stuff that I typically use, but it's just a perfect knife, honestly. You just need 20 different tools to take it apart, which is really the shitty part about it. So it was a darker blue anodizing, and then I did some light polish over it. That's where you get that sheen. I didn't want to take away too much of the original finish because I like the working finish with all the scratches and stuff. I already like it. It's my thing. It may not be your thing, but I like it how it came out. So a light polish over it, then anodize it again at a lower voltage to get a lighter blue, if that's even right on the color chart, whatever, don't doesn't matter. The clip and the filler tab, you can see a little bit better on the filler tab, but it was originally a purple, and then I did also a light sanding, and I did a bronze or kind of goldish just to accent the bronze to purple pieces of the heat anodized. And I love this thing. I absolutely fell in love. Every little bit that I put back on it to reassemble it, and I think it just came out absolutely incredible. I do have the bearings back in here, and it's just stupid drop shutty. Like, this thing is ready to take my finger off, but I love it. I'm very happy with this thing, how this thing came out. Anyway, another little project that I'm working on. I just haven't had the time. I'm back to work now, so my next weekend I'll finish it up. But these are Elementum scales. These are originally black micarta, and I put them in some purple. So I like the feel of Civivi's micarta. It feels right. And it actually is gonna kind of help talk about what's in here, because this is a knife, course, but it has micarta scales. I've never experienced anything from this company with micarta scales before, but based off of what I have experienced throughout this year, it's got to be good. It just has to be. This is actually coming from TRM, and I got in on one of their most recent drops of a very popular model. This year for TRM has been incredible, truly wonderful. I myself have been able to check out the Holy Nerd micro milled tie, the Atom in micro milled tie, the lizard skin, and of course the Neutron 2, which is currently in the collection. This thing is absolutely just incredible for the money. It really truly is. The only thing is just it has a giant freaking pocket clip, but you kind of learn to live with it. So there's that. So TRM used to be a company to where it's like you couldn't really get on their drops because your phone or your laptop would crash and it would just suck. But I've been able to check out so many things, and not even just base models. Like, I'm picking up the fancy stuff, you know, the nice stuff. And this is the last model that I've been interested in to check out, and of course it is the Shadow. And yeah, they have the Shadow in G10, and so they had the gray G10, they had a blue G10, and a black, of course, but I didn't want to spend this kind of money on G10. That's just me. Plenty of people love G10, and to each their own. But I wanted something a little bit special. In the beginning of this year, they had the Merlot or like the Burgundy micarta. That's cool, that's great, but red is not my thing. Or you know, a shade of red is not my thing. And TRM sent me a message on Instagram, just I guess commenting on one of the videos that I posted showing off another one of their wonderful models. And they said, what would it take to get us into your top drawer? My top drawer of my like most carried knives on my my little box over here. It's kind of off screen, you can't see it, but if you see my stuff on Instagram, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. I had a little acrylic box with all my crap in there. And I told them I would love to get some natural micarta scales for a shadow, and that was pretty much the extent of the conversation. It wasn't anything crazy. But shortly after, they released this, and I was like, oh crap, I gotta get that. That's as close as it gets to natural micarta. But this looks just beautiful. Now, really, the highest level of micarta that I've experienced before this is going to be work done by Rayot, or however you want to pronounce them. I had a Urban EDC F5.5 in blue denim micarta, and the machining, the finish of that micarta was exquisite. It was beautiful. I loved it. No longer in the collection. I, you know, got rid of it a while back, but this is just, it really does look like it's on another level. This is really nice to see all those little ridges in there, and the texturing itself, it is wonderfully textured. So I believe these are updated studs. If you purchase one of their knives, on the listing itself, it'll say plus new studs or new stud design, something like that. This is what their old studs used to look like. They're just kind of rounded, and there's a, not sharp, but a crisp lip at the very edge of it, and you get used to it. The detent on these knives, at least their liner lock versions, are wonderful. They break in beautifully. Now, I can reverse flick the Neutron 2, but I couldn't do the Atom for whatever weird reason, my frail little fingers. But I really do like that they listened to the people and upgraded their studs, which is going to fall along the rest of their line, as far as I know, the Neutron 2 and the Atom, which is wonderful, because this is really the way to go. I don't know why they tried to, you know, fix something that wasn't broke, really. But yeah, they look a lot nicer, and I'm sure with just a little bit of extra added surface texture there, they'll be able to reliably deploy. But enough chit chat, let's get this out. Oop. I was told that these things do take a second to break in. Oh, wow. Whoa. Okay, so this is a crossbar access lock styled knife. It does have Omega springs in there, but it surprised me so much because the access bar itself sticks out so freaking much. Like, just look at that. There's so much to grip onto. That's insane. Oh man, yeah, that is wonderful. Oh yeah, this is great. Oh my gosh. Oh, that feels so good in hand. This really truly does feel just as good as it looks. That is such a good place to be in right there. I love it. You can kind of hold it like this if you want to. You can climb and get a little bit closer to the tip for some control, but back here to do some power push cutting through some thicker material like cardboard. Yeah, this feels great in hand. It really does. And even though the access bar itself does stick out quite a bit, it's just very well machined. You don't really feel it, and I'm squeezing the hell out of it. I don't think I'd ever actually squeeze this hard on any sort of cutting job, but I did it just to see if it would poke me at all. Now, again, brand new. As far as I know, this is running on washers like majority of their line. Yep, you can see in there the phosphor bronze washers. Pardon my grimy hands and fingers. I literally just got home from work and I rushed straight to the mailbox and got this. But yeah, that's great. Now I hope that these Access Omega springs are easily replaceable, that they're not any kind of weird proprietary crap, because I don't like that. Because I've busted Omega springs. I've busted them on, we can go ahead and pull out some comparison size knives. As far as I know, yeah, I only have one Access lock style knife in the collection so far. I have my Osborne 940 and my bug out on NAF sale, so I don't really consider it to be in the collection anymore. But here is my full-size Doug Ritter Hogue. Of course, this has that crossbar style lock. And you can see for size comparison, it is a good bit longer, but the shadow is so much more comfortable in hand. It's a different type of comfort. Now, this has some original goat tie scales on it, and while it is wonderful in hand, just super comfortable, it has this rounded off portion that slopes down. Unlike this is a full dedicated finger choil, and there's so much room. I have large to extra large size hands, but I do have slim fingers, but even still, that feels really roomy. That's wonderful. That is a very comfortable and safe feeling spot to be in. Take a look at that pivot right there. I'm hoping that's a captured pivot. I would assume so, based on the fact that they'd probably want to keep that pattern pointing in this current direction. That's beautiful. Look at that. I don't expect anything less handling their Atom and the Neutron 2 and the Lizard Skin tie. Those are just machined beautifully. The body screws on here, they look to be like T6. Not really a surprise whatsoever. Back over here on the clip, and this is awesome. I love that this has nearly the same clip as on the Atom. It is very different from the Neutron 2, so I like this. I love this. This looks great, functionally wise and visually speaking at this price point. Looks matter. They really do matter. It's not just function. This is functional too, but I do notice that I do get hung up a little bit on some pant material every once in a while. But this is the Neutron 2. That's the clip style, and this is like the Atom kind of styled clip, and I suppose the Shadow styled clip as well, which is wonderful. It got all that clearance. And it is reversible, so this is completely a 110% lefty friendly, ambidextrous friendly styled knife. That's excellent. Of course, their blade material of choice currently is 20 CV. I hope by next year that they start to include MagnaCut into their upper models. I noticed that on one of the listings for their Holy Nerd, I believe it was, they were offering it in MagnaCut. Now, I don't know or remember what their heat treatment is on the MagnaCut, which I know is all the rage this year. But a lot of companies have honestly been running it really low. And while MagnaCut does have a very wide range of what is acceptable, what the people actually want to see is significantly higher than what the companies are pumping out. Now, in my experience with the Atom and the Neutron 2, it's also probably because of blade geometry and that these are basically folding laser beams. I'm pretty sure they're hitting the HRC on their 20 CV pretty darn good. Probably a lot higher than what a lot of other competitor companies are offering it at, which is, I mean, that's cool. It's a cool factor. It's something to kind of nerd out about. I know a lot of people would appreciate knowing that, but it would be absolutely sick to see MagnaCut hit the rest of their models because it's just a very well-rounded steel. I have some pieces in the collection with MagnaCut, and it's good to go stuff. This is a chunky piece of it right here, and it's great. It's cool. Takes a beautiful working edge and then also a polished edge. It's good stuff. But I would love to see MagnaCut with their heat treatment and their cutting geometry. These things are stupid thin. And with the height of this blade, it's not hollow, it's flat, but I can just imagine how crazy this would be after I sharpen it. Now the edge looks like it's a pretty laid back edge already from the factory, which is sick. You don't see this often. It's very rare that you see an edge that is laid back as much as it is, and that looks beautifully consistent. That looks pretty freaking nice. A little something funky down here, but I'm not too worried about that. I got a piece of paper right here. We can do weight, and that's probably about it. Maybe a couple other size comparisons. Oh yeah, that is just the level of consistency between everything I've checked out from them out of the box. These feel like my edge, the edge that I put on everything else. This is just truly excellent. Sorry, that was me. Crimped the paper there a little bit. That sounds beautiful. There's basically no fuzz. That's that's wonderful. So, and I expect this edge to really hold up like a lot of the other stuff I've checked out from them. Where's my scale? And a couple little visual size comparisons. But this is cool. I'm really happy that this is truly as good as it sounds on paper. 3.4, nothing to complain about there. That's plenty of knife for the weight. Let's get this nice and centered. Yeah, I'm really happy with this thing. I don't think I showed that off, but I mean, it's the finish that they put on their other stuff. It's just beautiful. This is my thing all the way. I love it. I'm very happy with this purchase. Well worth it. Very much well worth it. And I was not shopping nor in the financial state of purchasing something like this. I can't remember exactly how much it was. I have a little slip here. Yeah, it doesn't even say how much it was, but it was like, I think like almost 300 bucks or around there, like 280. But after taxes, it was probably around 300 bucks. I'm not mad at that. Honestly, this feels incredible. Knowing what I know already from the brand, I don't expect to have any surprises. I'm just very thankful to see the level of detail and consistency shared across essentially their whole line. I couldn't ask for anything more. Honestly, I really couldn't. So that makes me very happy to know. So Hinder 3.5, full-size Doug Ritter. What else could we bring out in a similar size range? Here's a PM2. Good bit more reach. Praxis. There's that. Yeah, I'm really happy with this. To be honest with you guys, I had a shit day at work today, and this just makes me happy to come home to something beautiful like this. Titanium titty. Yep. Kubi. MSI. Why? Because the MSI is great. So yeah, I mean, none of these are really close to a similar size. Geez, I really don't have much that's actually a similar size. You know what? Here, this is the Predator. That's got to be pretty darn close. You know what? Yeah. Yeah, the Predator and the Shadow are pretty freaking close. Yeah, that looks good. Ooh. So thickness, Predator has a little bit more swell in the hand. Just, you know, contouring, swelling, that's what I mean. Yeah, but that's pretty much about it. About forgetting how to talk now. That's great. But you can see the blade stock thickness on something like this. The difference between the two, that is just that is just a stupid thing. That's great. I love it. Yeah, I mean, this is still an incredible budget knife for sure. But I'm just, imagine if the Predator was made to the specs and quality of the Shadow. That would be just, that'd be awesome, because I love the shape of this knife. It's truly wonderful. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you guys like this little unboxing. I know I definitely did. It's made me very happy today. If you are subscribed, thank you so much. I appreciate all your guys' support and your patience, of course. I do my best to put out as much content as I can. And it is what it is when I get it out, you know. If you are not subscribed, consider subscribing, because I have plenty more videos and content coming your guys' way. And with that being said, have a wonderful rest of your day. Take care.